Good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel, Chinde's Chemistry Mastermind. So, this is my second session of chemical equilibrium. So, in a previous session, we discussed about chemical equilibrium processes and what you mean by dynamic equilibrium and types of equilibrium. Okay. So, now in this video, we going to learn about the law of mass action, and second one Kc and Kp. So what do you mean by Kc? Kc is chemical equilibrium constant of molar concentrations, and Kp chemical equilibrium constant of partial pressure, and then relation between Kc and Kp. So above that we have to know more examples of the relation between Kc and Kp values. So here, before going to start this session, so once again we repeat what you mean by equilibrium process. So in equilibrium process, generally A plus B gives rise to C plus D. So if you assume that this is a equilibrium process, how can you say this is equilibrium process? Means here double side arrow in the reaction, which shows the reaction is carried two sides, forward reaction and backward reaction. So this one called equilibrium state. So here in equilibrium state we have forward reaction as well as backward reaction. In forward reactions, reactants become products, and backward reaction product becomes reactants. In both conditions, if this state is continuously going on, this process is called equilibrium process. So we learn about equilibrium types: homogeneous equilibrium and heterogeneous equilibrium. Now in this video we go through law of mass action. So what do you mean by law of mass action, and what do you mean by Kc, Kp, and the relation between Kp and Kc we discuss in this video. Okay, so start the concept. Law of mass action. So you know about law of mass action. It is indicating active masses of reactants and products. So here, what do you mean by active masses? So if you see the reaction here, nitrogen and hydrogen gives ammonia. What is this reaction? Nitrogen and hydrogen, these are the reactants, right? This give ammonia is a product. So here in this reaction, the active masses are here 1 mole and here 3 moles. So 4 moles of reactants, and it forms 2 moles. How many moles this one? 2 moles. So 2 moles of products form. 2 moles of products form. So here in active masses we know about mole, number of moles. Active masses is nothing but number of moles. So here in chemical reaction, reactants concentration decreases and product concentration increases. In backward reaction or reverse reaction, product concentration decreases and reactant concentration increases simultaneously. At that instant, the state is called equilibrium. Now, what do you mean by law of mass action? The law of mass action is at any instant at a given temperature the rate of reaction, what we say it, rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of products of reactants or products. So here in this, rate of reaction is directly proportional to the product of active masses of reactants. In forward reaction, the active masses of reactants are considered. In backward reaction, the active masses of products are concerned. So here the rate of reaction is directly proportional to active masses of reactant as well as active masses of product. This type of law at a given temperature is said law of mass action. So here law of mass action is nothing but it indicating the active masses which are participated or involved in the equilibrium process. They are concerned to reactants or they are concerned to products. So the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the active mass, the product of active masses of reactant or the product of active masses of products. So here this indicates that the molar masses, if we increase the molar masses, the rate of reaction also increases. In equilibrium process at a given temperature, if we increase the number of moles of reactant in forward reaction, the rate of reaction automatically increases. So this is called, what we call it, law of mass action. Now we go to second topic. This one is Kc, equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant of molar concentrations. So see here, in this reaction, A plus B gives rise to C plus D. Here A concentration is X, B concentration is Y, C concentration is M, and D concentration is N. Right? So here in this equilibrium reaction, A and B are right here A and B are reactants, and X and Y are their concentrations, molar concentrations, right? Now C and D are products, right? And M and N are their concentrations. Fine. Now here, as per the law of mass action, so if you write these reactions, so here A to the power of X and B to the power of Y, so this is indicating as Kf. Kf is equal to A to the power of X, B to the power of Y, that is equal to Kb, C to the power of M and D to the power of N. So here, what do you mean by Kf and Kb? So let's discuss about this. So here, Kf and Kb means Kf is a rate constant in forward reaction, right? And Kb means the rate constant in backward reaction. Rate constant at forward reaction is indicated as Kf, and the rate constant at backward reaction is indicated as Kb. So now Kc is equal to, I write here Kc is equal to Kf by Kb. What do you mean by this? So here the rate of forward reaction, the ratio of forward reaction and backward reaction is called rate constant of Okay, equilibrium constant of molar concentration. It is indicated as Kc. So here in this reaction, AB are reactants and okay, XY are their concentrations. CD are products and Mn are their concentrations. So here in forward reaction, we have to write like this: A, the active masses of A is X and active masses of B is Y. And here in reverse reaction, the product C's active mass is M and the product D's active mass is N. So here, okay, Kc is equal to Kf by Kb, rate constant of forward reaction by rate constant of backward reaction is equal to, now we have to write C to the power of m and d to the power of n by a to the power of x and b to the power of y. So this is okay mathematical relationship. Here Kc is equal to Kf by Kb. So here at any equilibrium constant, molar concentrations are to be considered. So molar concentrations of reactant and molar concentration of product, okay, indicates the rate of reaction. If we increase the molar concentration, okay, of reactants, in forward reaction the product concentration is increases, and if we increase the product concentration, the reaction is proceeds to backward reaction or reverse reaction. So here equilibrium constant of molar concentration is directly proportional to, okay, directly proportional to the rate of reaction. Okay, fine. So this is the one of the mathematical derivation. So let's go to example here. So see here friends, H2 2Hi H2 plus I2 gives 2Hi. Okay, this one is an example and we have to find out the reaction of, okay, Kc. So here in this reaction, okay, what are the reactants? Reactants are hydrogen and iodine. What are the products? Hydrogen iodide is a product. Fine. So here now in, if you write the reaction here, Vf proportional to, right, concentration of H2 1 and concentration of I2 is 1. So molar masses are 1 and 1. Why? Because 1 mole of hydrogen and 1 mole of iodine is, okay, participated in this reaction. So here Vf is equal to, so Vf, instead of Vf we have to directly write Kf. Kf means here in forward reaction the equilibrium constant Kf is equal to, okay, concentration of hydrogen 1 mole, concentration of iodine is 1 mole. Now similarly here Vb in backward reaction proportional to the, okay, concentration of hydrogen iodide. So here we have to write active masses 2. Why? Because 2 moles of product formed. So here Kb is equal to, okay, Hi upon 2, right? So this is the, okay, derivative equations. Now we have to write like this: Kc is equal to Kf by Kb. So how to write? You have to write, okay, product concentration Hi, okay, upon 2 and reactant concentration H2 1 mole and I2 1 mole. So this is the relation of Kc. Okay, now here is the reaction and we get the reaction, formula of Kc here, Ki upon 2 by H2 1 mole, I2 1 mole. So this is the, okay, equilibrium constant of this chemical equilibrium process. Okay, fine. So now we go to Kb. Equilibrium constant of partial pressure So here instead of Kc, why we are taking Kp? So here generally Kp is indicating gaseous, okay, form of reactants or products. Kp is indicating, okay, gaseous form of reactant or product. In gaseous, okay, partial pressure is measured. In gaseous matters or substances, partial pressure is measured. Similarly, instead of Kc, here Kc is indicating molar concentrations of reactant or product. But here, instead of using Kc, we have to write Kp. Why? Because in some reactions, okay, the reactant or product are in gaseous form, so that we write Kp. So here, if you see this reaction, N2 plus 3H2, so here nitrogen is gas, hydrogen is gas. This gives 2 moles of ammonia. This ammonia is in also gaseous form. So for these chemical reactions, reactant as well as products are in gaseous form. So that we have to write, okay, the equilibrium constant in Kp. So here if you write Kp is equal to, in forward reaction, okay, nitrogen, 1 mole of nitrogen and 3 moles of hydrogens are participated. In backward reaction, this one is forward reaction. In backward reaction, 2 moles of ammonia, okay, dissociate and give nitrogen and hydrogen. So the molar concentration is here 2. So instead of writing like this, we have to write like Kp is equal to, right, partial pressure of ammonia, sorry, nitrogen and partial pressure of hydrogen, right, in forward reaction, and in backward reaction partial pressure of ammonia, here 2. This one is backward reaction. So if you write the mathematical derivation of Kp reaction, so we generally write like this, okay. Now Kp is equal to, right, partial pressure of ammonia, okay, 2, and partial pressure of nitrogen is 1, right, and the partial pressure of hydrogen is 3. So this is the reaction derivation of, okay, equilibrium constant of partial pressure. So equilibrium constant of partial pressure is only applicable for, okay, reactants or product which are in gaseous form. Okay, rather than that we have to use Kc. Instead of Kp we have to write Kc. So here we have to write like this. This is a, okay, mathematical derivation of, okay, Kp. Then we go to next topic, the relation between, this is the important one, the relation between Kc and Kp. Okay, so here see, now Kp is equal to Kc into RT, okay, upon delta N. So this is the formula. This is a mathematical formula in which, okay, Kp and Kc relation is involved here. Okay, according to this formula, so R is equal to real gas constant, right? Here T is equal to temperature in kelvins, right, and delta N indicating, okay, number of gaseous reactants, moles, gaseous moles of product minus number of gaseous moles of reactants. So okay, so by which we get delta n value. So here simply we have to write delta n is equal to, okay, product, number of products moles minus number of reactants moles, right? So this is simple one. And then if we use more examples here, in chemical equilibrium, okay, sometimes Kp greater than Kc, in some chemical equilibriums Kp less than Kc, okay, in some chemical equilibriums Kp is equal to Kc. So let's see friends, what are these chemical reaction chemical equilibriums. So let's discuss. So here in first one, H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2Hi. So how can you know, okay, the relation between Kc and Kp for this chemical equilibrium? See here, now these are the reactants, fine, and this is product, okay. So here, now see, delta n is equal to, okay, the number of moles of product, 2 moles, right, and minus the number of moles of reactant, 1 plus 1, it also 2, 1 plus 1 it is equal to 2. So here 2 minus 2 means here 0, but here now the delta n value is 0, delta n value is 0. Now how to write here? Kp is equal to Kc in RT, okay, into RT upon 0. So here overall delta n value is 0, so that this in this chemical equilibrium Kp is equal to Kc, Kp is equal to Kc. So this one, okay. And if you write like this, we go to second one, in N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. Here delta n value is, okay, 2 moles minus 4 moles. Why? Because 2 moles are product, okay, 2 moles product, number of moles, and this one 4 is reactants, number of moles. So we get minus 2. So delta n value is minus 2. So delta n is minus 2 because, so here Kp is equal to Kc, okay, RT upon minus 2, okay. So that now this is Kp greater than Kc, right? And another one, third one, PCl5 gives rise to PCl3 plus Cl2. For this chemical equilibrium process, if you write delta n value, delta n is, here this is products. So the product, okay, 2 moles minus reactant is 1 mole. So here the number is, delta n value is positive, plus 1. So here, okay, Kp is equal to Kc, okay, RT upon 1. So it is a condition that Kp is less than Kc, right? So here the Kc value is positive. So in these three conditions, you have to practice more and more chemical equilibriums in which Kc and Kp values are, okay, measured. Okay, fine. So you practice well for this. So we, in this video we studied about, okay, Kc values, Kp values, and law of mass action. Okay, fine. We hope that you understand these concepts. Thank you very much.